Hey, where are the white women at?
Let's talk physical media. Welcome to Last Movie Standing. We are in a different room today. So today I'm kind of this whole video is kind of like an experiment in a way. I'm playing around with different angles, kind of testing a few things out. The room's not finished yet. So this is kind of a updated room tour, or like almost like just house tour. It's essentially because we're gonna go into the other room because I started building shelves in there too. Part of the reason I haven't made a video in a while, but I wanted to utilize this and make a list video out of this. So each thing is gonna be like a different setup, different aspect ratios, kind of playing around with different things. So let's just have fun. And one thing I wanted to talk about and make a video about was summertime vibe videos. So let's do it. And what better way than to start with some booty cheeks with side out? I gotta admit, I was sold on the cover of this and the whole retro VHS Blu-ray slip. But to be honest, this is the original artwork right here. This is probably the only volleyball movie I know of. You know, I know there's a few. I dropped the slip. Yeah, y'all want to see the slip. This is very like Hard Bodies meets volleyball in a way. What year did this come out? This came out in 1990. This is a 90s movie. Feels very it should feel more 80s than what it is. And you look at the cover and you think maybe 80s, but it feels more like this movie came out in 94 just based off everything. But you know, Southern California volleyball, hot chicks in bikinis. Um Think of White Men Can't Jump. I know that might sound kind of weird, but think of White Men Can't Jump, but just with two white dudes. You got the old dude and the young dude, and they competed in a volleyball tournament, and there's a girl involved, and it's this whole thing. If you haven't seen Side Out from 1990, check it out. If not, just buy the retro VHS Blu-ray and just hang it on your shelf for decoration. Should we get rid of that for this close up? Yeah, let's get rid of that. That whole thing was kind of fake. This is not really shot on anamorphic. If I was shooting on real anamorphic, it would be like this. I'm cheating right now with a streak filter to fake the anamorphic lens flare. Here, I'll show you. It's all fake, you guys. Movie number 2, Summer Catch. Summer freaking Catch, you guys. This is a Warner Brothers movie. This is stuck on DVD. Where is the DVD? Stuck on DVD, but it's got a cool little snap case, so we can forgive it. But Summer Catch is from 2001. I almost said 2002. 2001. Guys, this movie is an all-time favorite for me. Summer Catch, Freddie Prinze Jr., Jessica Biel. You got Brittany Murphy in this too. You got Matthew Lillard. You got so many. You got Fred Ward in this movie. So many people. It's got an amazing soundtrack. Like, it's from 2001. I mean, you got like Sum 41 on this thing. You got a bunch of awesome pop punk style songs on here. If you're into baseball movies, this is up there for me, but this really gives summer vibes all the way. It's got the pool scene, iconic, which you know from like The Girl Next Door. When they're in the pool, they got the same thing. They get in the pool, they get caught, kind of thing. I want to talk about things that can't get done today, because I'm watching this movie with like new sensibilities and shit. 'Cause it's 2025, so I'm looking at this and I'm like, that's one thing that they would never get done today. There's a scene where Freddie Prinze Jr. gets out the pool and runs, and all I'm thinking as a grown ass man is that is dangerous as hell. That man could have slipped. This is the lead talent. This guy is famous off his face. And this guy is running in the rain. Next, I'm like, ooh, that's dangerous. They would not let that get done today. I don't know why I started talking about that, but Summer Catch, very, very high recommend. to watch this summer because it has all the summer vibes. If I say vibes too many times, y'all can just start calling me Chase.
Those warm and cozy fall vibes.
So while we're here talking summertime movies, VHSs, and movies stuck on Snapcase DVDs, another one that came straight to mind is Happy Campers. Has a DVD Snapcase, love it. And it's got a VHS. I just discovered this movie last year, and I don't know how I missed this growing up. This is from 2000. And I love everything about this movie. It is horny, campers. You got, who do you got? You got the girl from, I think she was in the Lolita remake. She's been in a bunch of movies. I can't think of her name, but it's got Justin Long in it. It's got like a whole bunch of people you would recognize. It's got one of the hot chicks. I forgot her name. She was in Without a Paddle. She was one of the girls up in the tree in the forest. She was one of those girls, and it's like see-through stuff. The tagline is "Find out what really happened at summer camp." And I will say, as somebody who worked summer camp as a kid, who was a CIT and a camp counselor for many years at church camps, this stuff is hugely nostalgic for me and is so real because all teenagers want to do is hook up when they go to summer camp. They don't care about the kids. They want to hook up. So Happy Campers, very, very high recommend from me if you haven't seen it. It's summer camp. It's fun. But let's get away from raunchy for a second and let's go to horror. But don't worry, we're going to come back to raunchy because this is the last movie standing. That's what we do. This is another setup. This is just the reverse of the last one. So the last one, the camera was literally in that corner facing this way. And now this is the reverse. This one, you can really see how much more work I have. You know, I have about 4 up here, and I got to do about 4 or 5 more all the way down. But this shit is kind of expensive. This whole floating shelf thing that I've been doing, it's a little more work than I really expected, and it's way more expensive. So I still got a long way to go before this room's complete, but it's getting there. It's getting there. VHS still, it goes to about right there. It's about 4, and then I got to organize all these DVDs. But let's get into the next movie, which is kind of a basic, like, yeah, it's summertime. Of course you watch this, but I got a lot of horror friends out there. So let's talk about Sleepaway Camp 1 and 2 and 3. I don't own 3. I don't really like 3, to be honest, but I mean, it's in there. Some people even throw 4 in there, which I didn't even know existed. But I really dig Sleepaway Camp 1 and 2. You got your nudity, you got your killing, you got summer camp vibes.
Halloween, fall vibes.
So this is a must, especially if you're a horror fan. It's in the title, camp. This is pure horror summer, and yes, I do have the Sandpiper Pictures ones, which, say what you want, I did buy it knowing that there were rumors about the 4Ks coming out, and the 4K just got announced. But sometimes in physical media, we don't know. Just the same way 2 and 3 are coming out on 4K, but 1 is still MIA. There's rumors that there's a rights issue. There's also rumors that Shout or Scream Factory lost the negative. It's a rumor. How do you lose the negative? This is literally a 2K scan from the original negative, and this came out in 2000. Damn it, name of the date of when it came out. Was this 2014? So about 10 years ago, this came out 10, 11 years ago. And in that time, they lost the original camera negative. Rumor. But, yeah, guys, for all my horror fans, I'm going to toss Sleepaway Camp into the summer vibe feels. But for me, there's a whole bunch of other summertime movies. This is another setup. So this is actually in the other room. So I'm out of the closet and I've expanded the shelves. I decided I'm not going to do out here what I did in there. Meaning, I'm giving up on the custom built floating shelves that I'm doing in the closet in here. If this is the bedroom, and two things. One, the stuff in the closet, really expensive to do, honestly. Two, it is a pain in the ass. It is it's more than I thought it would be, you know. So I'm gonna finish in the closet, but mostly I don't want to drill all these holes in this room. So I went back to IKEA and I got the Billy shelves that I had in my last apartment. If y'all remember that, my old setup. I kind of want to get back to that too. But the problem with these shelves they are way too deep. And I figured these shelves out here, they're not finished. I'm just kind of experimenting with different things right now with these, with placement and everything. But this is display only. This is, I can turn the shelves. We'll get a little closer here in a second for another angle. But these are more like display items, franchises. My whole American Pie section's right here. I have a Star Wars thing right here. I have, Arrow right here, Vinegar Syndrome up there. I can do different things with them instead of just having it spine only. The closet's going to be basically spine only. Out here is going to be display only. But let's continue with the list and the different aspect ratio. So to continue on for summer, a lot of people travel for summer. We all take European vacations, or some of us do. Euro trip. Guys, Euro trip is an essential summer vibe
Autumn vibes.
movie. You got to watch it. And this does have a Blu-ray, which looks really good. It is from Paramount. Got the VHS, which is just a rated R edition, which I don't mind for VHS. I don't know if this unrated one came to VHS or not. But rest in peace, Michelle Trachtenberg. Lost her way too soon. She's gorgeous in this. If you don't know this movie, it's about a bunch of teenagers who go to Europe. One of them is looking for basically the love of his life, and he's traveling all through Europe to find her, and his friends are just kind of along the ride. So one thing I'm scared of with this one, and this is why I'm gonna say, if you don't have the Blu-ray, maybe get it or wait, because here's the thing. If you're like, oh, I'm gonna wait for the 4K, Kino Lorber just released the 4K of Road Trip, which usually these two come hand in hand. You can get double features with Road Trip, Euro Trip. They come in a lot of double packs. But here's what Kino did and what they don't do a lot. They will only do the 4K restoration, transfer, scan, whatever, of the theatrical version, not the unrated. They'll just give you the unrated on Blu-ray. But what I don't know is, because I don't have Road Trip on 4K, which could be another summer vibe movie, totally summer vibe movie, but we're talking about Euro Trip, which I consider the more superior one of the two. A lot of male nudity in the unrated one. I don't know if the Blu-ray of Road Trip is the 4K scan just put on Blu-ray. That could make a difference too. But if I could totally see them doing this. It's Paramount. I would love to see Vinegar Syndrome do this hoe. Give it a nice box set. I don't see that happening. This doesn't really seem like a Vinegar Syndrome style movie. But I could totally see, if we got Euro Trip coming to 4K, if we got Road Trip coming to 4K, Euro Trip is definitely on the way. Very high recommend, especially the unrated version. You know what's starting to occur to me? If it's got a retro VHS case, it's probably a summertime movie. Nah, it's not true. But we're going to talk Hard Bodies, because this is probably one of the quintessential, am I saying that word right? Quintessential summertime movie. Hard Bodies from when is this? 1984? 1984. Great year for our movies. it's basically about these three older guys. They rent this cabin out for the weekend. They're trying to get laid. They hire Scotty, who's this local who's just known for just getting ass and getting the girls. And he kind of is training these old guys to get with hard bodies. Hard bodies is basically what it sounds like, just really fit, beautiful women on the beach. And he does this, and in exchange for Scotty at the beginning of the movie gets kicked out of his house by his landlord. So he needs a place to stay. So in return for helping these old guys, he gets to live at the place. Problem is these old guys take too much advantage of the whole situation, and things, turn awry. But by the end, this whole like prank thing, summer prank, very high recommend on hard bodies. The second one's not that bad too. The second one takes place in Greece, but the problem is the second one only came out on DVD in a hard bodies double pack. It never got its own release. It does have a standalone VHS though. Hold on, because we got it. It's got a standalone VHS, but it doesn't have a Blu-ray. It doesn't even have a standalone DVD, but it's not as good as the first one. Hard Bodies is raunchy comedy goodness at its finest. You got everything. You got nudity, you got pranks, you got a killer soundtrack, you got Venice Beach in the 80s. What more do you want than summer vibes?
Wintertime vibe.
So with this setup, this is kind of me standing and talking, which I don't hate actually right now. It gives me a different flow when I'm talking, because most of the time I'm just sitting in a chair. So ignore some of the like the tube lights. I'm just kind of playing around. I haven't fully got this how I want it. This is just kind of temp display before I put commit the shelves to the wall. Like I said, we got Vinegar Syndrome, Arrow, we got American Pie, we got The Neverending Story, we got an 88 film collection here. So I'm kind of doing this more display section. But even with this wall, like this may be like posters or something. I'm debating putting posters on the actual doors too. Maybe like right here. I'm not pointing anywhere. Right here could be posters. Right there could be movie posters, playing around with ideas, because we can get a little wider too. Like I can get a little, more. I don't even have to show the closet the whole time, but I don't. Just seeing the shut doors kind of meh. Maybe if I put posters on it, maybe not, but opening it gives the depth. And hopefully, if I adjust the angles a little bit, you can really see the collection just expand into the other room. But we're just playing around. We're still experimenting. Full disclaimer before we move on to the next movie on the list and possibly the next setup, because I don't know yet how I feel about this, at least standing. I'm going to add a little disclaimer that Jaws is not on this list. Sorry. This setup will probably look way better once I actually finish the display and I have things, because this is just a typical sit in front of the shelf YouTube physical media setup. But it could work. I think once I get more movies and more things on here, it'll work. Maybe without these lights or something, I don't know. But let's talk about another movie that doesn't really take place in the summertime, or it could. I don't know if it says when it takes place, but it's definitely summertime vibes.
Summertime vibe movies.
And I'm talking about Friday. What do you do all summer? You chill. Even if it's just sitting outside on the porch with your best friend, you're chilling, right? You got the ice cream. You got Big Worm, the ice cream man. You got all this stuff that happens. Like, this is very, very summertime. You got Miss Parker. Hey, Miss Parker.
Hi, boy.
Banging soundtrack. Very high recommend. Plus this VHS, like this awesome yellow. We're supposed to get this on 4K this year. It's rumored, but I don't think the other two have come out on Blu-ray. I could be wrong, but I thought no, I think next Friday did. Did all three of them come out on Blu-ray? Does Friday After Next have a Blu-ray? Friday After Next is a Christmas movie. Next Friday, yeah, next Friday's a summertime movie. I'm gonna put Friday and Next Friday into this because I think both of these could be summertime movies. They both have that feeling, especially if you ain't got no job and you ain't got shit to do. Check out Friday. All right, last little setup. There's so many more movies I could do, but this is kind of more of like a wide shot of the room. Don't know how I'm gonna keep things. Don't know how I'm gonna keep the CRT TV right there. Maybe put the Last Movie Standing logo on there or something. I'm gonna be making a whole video about that very soon. Uh, but yeah, this is kind of the last shot, and so many more movies I could add on this list, but I'm gonna end it with a childhood favorite of mine. Camp Nowhere. Come on, guys. This was like the coolest movie growing up if you were a kid in the 90s. Summer camp movie where the kids run the camp. Come on. You got the kid from 10 Things I Hate About You. You got Christopher Lord in this as the counselor. Who's the chick in this that he falls in love with? I forgot who she was. But definitely one of the best summertime movies, especially if you grew up a kid of the 90s. This was definitely up there. Have you guys seen Camp Nowhere? If you haven't, or if it's been years since you've seen it, check this one out again because I think you'll be surprised how well it holds up. And it's got a Blu-ray. This is from Mill Creek. I don't know if this is out of print yet or not. Hope it's not, but it looks great on Blu-ray. It looks really good on Blu-ray. So that's my quick little update on the room, on the studio, on these backgrounds. I got tons of different options. I might stick with something more like this, and move the bed or put something right there. The bed's the only thing kind of keeping this from being like, oh, that's why I put a light right there. But I'm playing around. I'm still putting shelves up. So if you remember my old place, I just caught myself in a stutter. I hate that. I had shelves above the TV. That's going there too. I just haven't fully made up my mind yet if the TV is going to stay there or if I'm gonna scoot it over one, put it more in the middle, and then move that shelf over there. And there's probably gonna be one more shelf right here because that thin shelf, Billy shelf, is kind of at an angle in the corner. So the goal is to have this like full. My mistake, you're on. I'm telling you, Kimber. VHSs don't hold pauses very long. They start playing like that. Just like DVDs sometimes. Um, the goal is for this to have like shelves like fully wrap around, and I haven't decided, so I have this whole wall right here too. Like my whole place is basically like a creative physical media studio for me. And I love it. You know, one of the reasons I also haven't made a video in a while too is because you remember my setup that I've had for a while. I'm basically filming in my living room. How I had the TV on this side of the frame. Yeah, it's gone because I moved it in here. Moved it in here. Got the CRT. Playing around with a bunch of different things. What are you guys saying? Do you like kind of the neon lights around kind of vibe? Do you like it when I'm more in closer to the physical media? I may change it up. This may be every week or every couple videos we switch it up and we have like a different room setup. I think that might be kind of cool. But this is kind of like the main wide. Or I keep going in. I got my focus all off. I keep going like in and out of focus. This may be like the one. This may be like just a wide. I could move the CRT TV to get it out the way because once you see like the shelf all the way down, this will be fully filled. I may keep the tube light on the corner right there. We're playing around with a whole bunch of stuff. So this is an evolution. It's still a work in progress. But yeah, I've said this so many times. I don't know how to end this video, so I'm just going to end it with thank you for sticking around this long. Hope you stay cool this summer because here in Texas, it's hot, guys. It's almost 100 degrees already. We're hitting mid-June. So stay cool, you guys.